Good morning, everybody. Let me put this
Hello.
down a little bit.
Hello.
How is everyone's morning this morning? I hope. Abby, I just saw your. I'm going to be fangirling for whatever could the reason be. Well, that's a great question. But before I start fangirling, do you want to tell everyone what we were just doing right before we started this podcast while I take a bite of my noodles?
I do your noodles. Put
This
me
is
on the
second
spot.
breakfast or 11 Z's now. It's 11 Z's right now.
11Zs.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm gonna stall and say, hey, you should switch over the screen.
Oh, right.
Uh, uh,
Hi.
uh, I, I, what, like, are we gonna start off with like the big thing, our title
Mm.
thing?
Mm-mm-mm. No,
Are we talking?
I'm talking about this Build-A-Bear thing.
Oh yeah, the Build-A-Bear thing! I'm so fucking excited.
I know.
Ah!
So why don't you tell everybody while I take another bite of noodles why you're so
Okay.
excited? Who gets excited over Build-A-Bear? Well, I do because I did the Animal Crossing thing. But like
I love Build-A-Bear.
another reason.
I love Build-A-Bear. They have some Star Wars stuff right now, and they dropped a few like iconic little side characters. So I know they have some Grogus, which are the quote unquote baby Yoda, the child, little Build-A-Bears. But what they also dropped was Jawas, and I'm not sure if it's a buildable character or if it's just kind of like a costume you put over your bear. But they also have those cats, and they're so
Yeah.
fucking cute. And Lowe's
And
cat,
Dio. Do?
and
Dio?
Dio's
And
so
Dio.
fucking cute. He's so cute. But I think he's a little bit of an old. I think he was something that was released for the last or for episode 9.
Yeah.
Several of these things are like in response to like the Mandalorian.
I was about to say, I had one question, but before I ask that, if you do go, anyone who is our listeners, if you do end up going to the Build-A-Bear workshop for the Star Wars stuff, just take a look at this Rey bear. You know, the bear that they made look like Rey because she got some bedroom
Ooh.
eyes, okay? And I
Okay,
don't think that's. You can't say those aren't bedroom eyes.
they are bedroom eyes. I don't think that is like Ray, like Daisy Ridley Ray. I think
No,
they
it's
just
not.
grabbed one of their like creepy bears that they have
Creepy
and
bears
just
is.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, because I think they have some that have like kind of more realistic eyes styles instead of like the traditional like teddy bear eyes
Yeah.
or stuffed animal eyes.
Yes, they're not like the little beady eyes. They are
Right,
they are just they're lustful. That's all I can think of. Like she got
they're
bedroom eyes. That's the only way I can describe that. She got
yeah,
bedroom eyes.
they're
This will actually be the start of awakening something in little kids. You know, this is when they start becoming a furry.
nah,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah,
It's got
watch.
like Sexual Awakening is always going to be a Disney movie,
You think? Well, guess
pretty
what?
much.
Star Wars is a Disney movie now. So bam. But bam. The Ray Bear. Okay, so yeah, I thought that was really cute that they're making the Build-A-Bear Star Wars thing. So the first question I wanted to ask you before we get into the nitty-gritty of our topics for today is, do you think that they'll eventually make something with the Bad Batch? As popular as the Bad Batch is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like that opens up to so many different things because you could have okay, because it's a lot. The clone troopers were the original like mass army of the Republic. When the Empire took over the Republic, they got rid of clone troopers and brought in stormtroopers, which are recruited people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes willingly, most of the times not.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit Finn.
Okay.
Um, then they bring in like the unique characters. I think it's what the Dark Troopers are another thing. There's a lot. There's a lot. There is so fucking much. And then there's subcategories. So you could have your generic, no face, like mass death clone or stormtroopers, or your shinies, as the clone troopers were called, the new recruit or the new clones. You could just have like the white suit, but I mean, you could do Bad Batch, which would open up to Rex's armor, to Cody's armor, to Wolf's armor, to Echo's armor, to Five's armor. Like,
oh my god,
it is a lot. They made the smart idea may not to do the entirety of the Bad Batch, because you have 5, which is Hunter, Tech, Echo, Wrecker, and Crosshair. Echo is technically an OG clone, but his story is kind of complicated, so he ends up in the Bad Batch.
Oh, okay.
Or Clone Trooper 99. Like they're the 99s. So they may just pick someone like Hunter, or they may pick someone like Tech, or they may pick someone like Crosshair. I doubt it.
Yeah. So, but you do think that they will eventually make, depending on the characters?
I don't think so. I really don't. Like, I would love it. I'd love to have a fucking Rex.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't he like really?
I want Rex, I want Echo. I want Fives.
Right.
That's what I want. I don't think so, because they're not doing anything from like the animated shows. Like, I showed you the Ahsoka Tano outfit. Like, they have like Ahsoka Tano to turn your bear into Ahsoka. But that's not OG Clone Wars Ahsoka. That's season 7 Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Also kind of leading into the Mandalorian Ahsoka.
Could I just pause for a second and just point out in chat that our dear friend Monty has been summoned because you're talking Star Wars.
No, we said gay.
Oh, that's true.
Like, we have LGBTQ plus.
That is true. And
like,
he's
he
got
was
little gay
summoned
hands.
because of that. I can, like, it doesn't hurt that I'm talking Star Wars to get him here a little bit faster, but it's like he came here because we have LGBTQ plus on the title.
Well, I'm really excited to talk about that too, but yes.
But like the Loth Cat, if you look closely at this Loth Cat, this isn't Star Wars Rebels Loth Cat. This is Star Wars The Mandalorian Loth Cat. They're not gonna do the shows. I honestly really don't think we're gonna end up with Bad Batch.
Damn.
But I want Rex now. Thanks. I want Rex.
Well, I wanted to ask just in case, because like it's getting a lot of traction, you know. The show is getting a lot of traction because it's now the Friday show of Disney Plus, right? And I would think that Loki would be the Friday show of Disney Plus, but no, Loki is a Wednesday show. You know, as soon as Wednesday hits, you know, all that. Speaking of Loki. So there was a announcement.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
We gotta announce that it is a spoiler.
That's right. Spoilers. If anyone has not seen the 3rd episode of Loki, because 4th episode, right? It was 4th episode.
No, it was the 3rd episode. We have the 4th episode out already. It was the episode before it.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm just behind
3.
you. Yeah.
This is specifically episode 3.
Episode 3. Right.
You ever watched that yet?
No. I'm going to watch it today. Possibly.
Girl.
I look, my husband wanted me to watch it with him, and like,
your husband's a little bitch because he backed out before y'all called up.
Yeah. And also, guess what? Your husband asked my husband to go hang out, so I'm probably just gonna watch it without my husband. That's how it's gonna be.
Oh, right, because you're busy today. I'll come watch it with you.
Oh, I'm just gonna chill.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm probably gonna have a good time and just chill. Whatever could that mean? Anyway, moving on.
Candy.
I should also preface this by saying to a lot of people who may not know, and I hope it doesn't step on any toes, I'm straight, but that doesn't mean that I'm not an ally, which is why I'm very excited for this announcement Because let me go ahead and tell you, I am shipping so hard in Loki. And I love that they announced.
I don't think we can talk about this.
Yes, we're talking about it because I'm going to fangirl. Okay, so first off, I love Loki. Straight up, I love Loki. And
I mean, Tom Hiddleston is like fucking amazing as him.
Amazing. So good.
But you can tell he's starting to get a little old for action movies.
Okay, you know what? I can't say this smooth line. When he announced that, okay, for a lot of people they believed he was bisexual. You can clarify. He's not bisexual. He is pansexual.
Okay, first things first. Let's establish what has happened. Episode
I'm trying to find the line. It was so smooth.
Well, like here, let me establish that it's for episode 3, we're getting a little bit of a slower episode. We get some action scenes that really show off Loki's counterpart for the series. Not Mobius, but the counterpart. I don't want to kind of get into spoilers. Too many spoilers.
Yeah.
And this counterpart is clearly trained for stage combat, so we're getting to see a lot of them show off their moves, and Tom Hiddleston's back there like really awkwardly throwing a punch and stuff, while in the foreground we get this new actor, this new character that's like really showing off. I'm really enjoying it. And then we get a slow moment of them kind of talking about each other and kind of getting their background.
I have the line.
This counterpart asks Loki.
Oh, can I say it?
Do you have the full? Do you have it?
Yes.
All of it?
Okay. Yes.
So the
counterpart asks Loki, "What about you? You're a prince. Must have been would-be princesses, or perhaps another prince." To which Loki replies, "A bit of both. I suspect the same as you." I'm just like, that line delivery is so smooth. So smooth.
And it's so like I
it's
scream.
So subtle.
I am like,
and everyone lost their shit because he's like, you must have been with would-be princesses or perhaps another prince. And I'm just like, he's like a little bit of both. And the way he says it, it was just so fucking smooth. And I'm just like, holy shit. And okay, my fangirl heart, and my heart of hearts was like, Mobius, shipping them so hard. Because Mobius is the only one who has power by having no power. Because in the Loki universe, right? They live in the TVA, which is like a world outside of time and space, where there no magic exists. Okay, so Loki, who relies on his superpowers and everything, to be mischievous and stuff like that, he feels that makes him powerful. Mobius, on the other hand, is completely his brain. He is very, very inquisitive. He is he's inquisitive, and he's just incredibly smart, right? And all the guy wants is a jet ski. Come on. So Mobius can see through Loki's lies. He can tell what Loki is doing. And I'm like, and Loki, God bless him, I think he has, I just shipped them so hard. Loki has mad respect for Mobius because he can do those things without using any kind of superpower. He's just, well, I wouldn't say he's a regular man, but he uses his brain more than any kind of superpower, and he puts Loki in his place, with that. And I'm like, damn, I shipped them so hard. And also, can I say Owen Wilson's character as Mobius is amazing?
He's so good. Like, everybody I know is kind of mad about it, but I'm not.
I'm not mad about it.
I guess they don't like Owen Wilson. I don't think he's that great, but I'm like,
he's so good as Mobius, though.
It's weird that he's just perfectly, like, a perfect B-tier actor for this show.
Yeah. But he's also a recognizable one.
Right.
And I fucking love it. And I ship Mobius And Loki. Now, will Disney have the balls enough to actually show
Oh,
a
hell no.
bi scene
I
with
already
them?
told my husband this, that he's like, oh, well, we could get. I'm like, bruh, this confection is the only thing we're gonna get for this Tom Hiddleston's Loki. Do you really think, A, Disney is gonna let us see Tom Hiddleston kiss another man? Do you really
Yeah,
think
I
that?
wish.
And B, like,
You
I
know
don't.
this. You know what sucks is that I can't ever get it. I have to read it through fan fiction. And before you ask, Ricey, do you read Loki fan fiction? You bet your ass I do. Okay, I am down with this ship. I have never shipped something so hard in a long time. You know, and I'm like, mm, but he's pansexual. But also I know he's gender fluid, so pansexual would fit in that as well. He's just pansexual.
Well, okay. So there's this thing that the MCU is kind of its own universe. That's why it's
Yeah.
called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's its own encompassing universe, set up and flowing in its own way. The comic books, and this is very difficult. The comic books do their own thing. They are allowed more freedom because they're not as much in the public eye.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the group of people that do read them aren't very loud and very vocal unless something very awful happens.
Yeah.
To the point that mainstream media is not going to hear about it. But the other very delicate thing about this is that Loki and Thor both, along with everyone else in Asgard,
Yeah.
are based off actual deities of a religion, of Norse religion. So Loki, yes, is gender fluid, non-binary.
Yeah.
In Norse mythology.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
But in the MCU, well, technically,
and well, in the comic books, he is as well. In the MCU, we have not once seen Loki dress. Well, he's kind of like switched into.
I wouldn't say
Lady
that.
Sif, but
yeah.
that's kind of like joking towards Thor.
Right.
There are times in the comic books and in Norse mythology that he does just like, yo, I'm a girl right now. And Thor's like, I, sis.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, we have not seen that actually happen where Loki's just like, I'm gonna be a girl today. I'm gonna be a woman. I'm gonna be like non-binary. No, he has consistently been a boy the entire time.
Can I say something that just popped in my head? All right. Let me just go ahead and tell you again, spoiler territory if you have not seen Loki.
Major spoiler.
Major spoiler. This counterpart of Loki, okay? Without trying to spoil anything, if they start making this counterpart of Loki get with Mobius, I'm gonna be pissed. Because I don't like that.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be so mad.
That's fair.
Very, very mad.
But let's establish that Loki is not bi. I need people to understand that. It's like the counterpart is like princes, or a prince.
Yeah.
And Loki said both.
A little bit of both. Oh god.
A little bit of both.
The line delivery. Okay, so I haven't seen episode 3, but I have seen that one scene. That one scene. Yeah, because I had to see it. I mean, it was trending everywhere. I had to see it for myself. And boy, that line delivery was just so fucking smooth. Damn. And only Tom Hiddleston could pull that. Anyway, sorry.
But here's the thing that people are like, oh, Loki's bi. I'm like, MCU Loki is not bi. He is pansexual. He is not Asgardian. Those princesses and prince that the counterpart asked about was assuming that they were Asgardians. Loki is not Asgardian. He is a frost giant. He is pansexual, and I need people to fucking understand that.
Never.
Like, I know Disney and Marvel Studios are kind of just spinning it to be pan, or to be
bisexual.
bi, but I'm like, no, I need you people to understand. I need y'all to look deeper into the MCU. He is not Asgardian. He is an Asgardian citizen, but he is not Asgardian blood. He is a frost giant. He's pansexual. Okay.
So, just, no, I was about to say, you had to correct me when I revealed that to you.
Like, you
I
knew
was
it,
also,
but you
I'm a
know
normie.
it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a normie. I was like, oh yay, he's like, was it bisexual? Because I was spoiled because I saw all the fan art, which again, I am okay with, because there was some beautiful fan art of Mobius and Loki out there. Mwah. And yes, I am that bitch who will look at all the fan art. Okay, I love it. And I'm just like, oh, and they're like, oh my god, people are like freaking out. They drew like Loki with the bi flag, and I'm like, oh, I guess, he came out as bi, or like Disney announced it or something. And then I saw the line, and I saw why everyone was freaking out, and I was like, does this open the door to the Mobius Loki shipping? What is their ship name?
You really? I just
want
explained
it to
that
happen.
they're not.
I want it to happen so bad. Their chemistry is so good.
Okay,
their chemistry
honestly,
is good.
I do believe Owen Wilson be like, all right, I gotta kiss a dude, whatever. I'm an actor. I'm a professional. I think Tom Hiddleston would too, but it's like, I don't see it happening.
Just do it for the fans. I just do it for the fans. That's all I want. That's all I want. Because, like, people are gonna lose their fucking minds.
I lost my goddamn mind at episode 4.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. But apparently,
episode 4 was really exciting.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen anything in for episode 4 or anything like that. I still haven't seen episode 3. But I know Mobius comes back, and I'm like, I'll do it for him. I'll do it for him. Mobius is amazing. I hope that Mobius doesn't turn out to be a bad guy. Like, I really hope. Because if he turns out to be a bad guy, I'm going to, like, my heart is going to shatter into pieces.
I would be very surprised if they made him a bad guy, because we're not getting any of those, like, awkward, lingering shots on Mobius that make us question him.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Because we kind of got that with some, like, Scarlet or WandaVision, and we kind of got that in some of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, it was very obvious in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like, who the bad guys were, why they were considered the bad guys, and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's like, we still got that lingering, pausing kind of focus on certain things that would imply bad guys. I haven't seen that with Mobius.
I really hope not. I really love him so much, and I
watched Bad Batch this morning with my husband. What do you think? Isn't it good? Nasium! Oh, Nasium will love this. Nasium, I don't know if you missed it. I'm assuming you missed it. But Build-A-Bear has Lothcat plushies.
You were so excited. This is the thing we first saw this morning. Like, she just like, hey, Rice, you gotta check this out. Damn it.
I'll type it down.
Oh, has what plushies? Okay, so yeah. You can explain this while I also try and talk to Dylan. Dylan, I'm loving everything I see in Loki. Yes. Yes, Loki is amazing. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes because I was supposed to wait for my darling husband, However, my husband, who I love very much, is not wanting to sit down and finish watching this with me. I'm just like,
leave him in the dust. Watch it without him.
I'm about to. Honestly, I'm about to. Like, I'm close. But also, cheese and crackers, because we need to catch up on a lot of shows now. I know Loki being one of them. Also,
Owl House has new.
Yes, I missed the Owl House too.
Which is another LGBTQ Disney show.
And apparently, this particular Disney show, which I absolutely love, I'm definitely going to cosplay Luce. They are interacting more with Luce and what's her face? I know her name.
Amity.
they're interacting more and their relationship is growing. And I've seen it's been a little bit spoiled, but I've seen some of the scenes on like Tumblr and stuff. And I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta go back and watch it because they are the cutest thing ever. I also love their chemistry. It's all about the chemistry, you know what I mean?
Right.
And their chemistry
and I think
is
Disney
so good.
is more lenient with like kid shows, like involving.
How is that though? Like, how is it that they're more lenient for like the Owl House and not fucking Loki and Mobius? It's the Loki and Mobius show.
Romanticizing Disney, honestly. Like, let's just be honest. This may be just romanticizing Disney's actions, but I don't think the parents and the adults truly pay attention to what the kids are watching. Like, me and you, we're fucking adults. We're goddamn nerds. We're otakus and we're weebs and we have no shame in being weird. We will fucking watch animated kid shows. Like, animation is not just for kids.
Nope.
We'll watch Castlevania. We'll watch other shit. We'll watch Helsing.
I love the Owl House.
But we'll also watch kid shows. So we don't, like, we as adults recognize very quickly. It's like, oh, okay. How are they getting away with this? Probably because the parents aren't paying attention, because they probably still think animation is for children.
I hope so. Because first of all, Owl House is great. Dylan, I'm glad you love it because it's amazing. The Owl House is fantastic and it's just chaotic and I love it. I love the Owl House. And all the characters, there's not one character that pisses me off, you know, or annoys me in any way. They're all fantastic. Luce is amazing. Ida, the owl lady, oh, I love her. I love her so much. As the adult, quote unquote, in the show, she's amazing. And I aspire to be her when I'm old and crotchety. I want to be just like Ida, the owl lady. And you're going to see me with owl, memorabilia everywhere. That's the type of person I am. Because I love owls. Legit, I love owls. This show was made for me. It
does. It's really good. Like, the second season, it's just like, oh, we're not... I feel like second seasons sometimes end up very awkward. Like, because they don't really know where to go after the first season. So far, I think there's only like 3 episodes. Maybe 4. I think 4 gets released today, but they're just, it's not awkward. It's flowing really well. It's establishing what we're kind of aiming for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It's just good. It's like, things are surprising. It's like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. I'm not mad about it, but I wasn't expecting it.
Well, I'm here and I'm just like, this is fucking cute. I think for me, in any kind of media, because you know me, I don't care if it's LGBT or straight. It's the chemistry between 2 characters and the writing that it takes for those characters, right?
Yeah.
That to me is what's important. Because, like, you know, you could still have shit characters and they could be LGBT, and that's like a slap to the face in the LGBT community because they deserve great characters. Like Loki and Mobius. I'm never gonna let that go. Their chemistry is so good. I can't get over it. Okay, you know who else has good chemistry?
I need you to hurry up and watch the next 2 episodes.
I will. I'm gonna probably squeal. I have never fangirl. Like, I
told you, I'm gonna know when you watch it.
Listen, I fangirl, right? I mean, I fangirl to an extent, and a lot of times I repress it because, you know, I just had to, as you know, growing up. But this time, I don't know what it is.
Normies.
Yeah, exactly. Surrounded by normies. But this time, I guess there's a switch in my 30-year-old brain who's like, who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me from fangirling? And holy shit.
Oh, that's that I don't give a fuck switch that Chelsea kept telling us about.
Oh, yeah. And I think when I saw the chemistry between Loki and Mobius, I'm like, well, damn. I guess I'm a fangirl now. Let me just repost everything I see on Tumblr about them because they're so good. Oh my gosh, they're so good. But another good chemistry that I am super duper excited for is Aziraphale, and Crowley. And
Ah.
season 2 of Good Omens. Season 2 of Good Omens. I know.
Well, I
I
think
know.
it's more like Good Omens too. It's like a
Yes.
second season, but it's its own thing.
Right. And I know you're not that excited, which is fine because you have your reasons are very
My
valid.
emotions have been very complicated.
Yes.
I've
And
had-
we'll talk about that first, okay? We will. But first of all, from when I
Go
was
ahead.
but a wee
Just
child,
go off.
I will.
Just go off.
But when I was but a wee child, you know, starting out in the college life, I discovered Doctor Who and the 10th Doctor and David Tennant. And I love to this very day, I love that actor. Oh, and so as much as I love David Tennant, because I love him, he came to what was it? 2019's Dragon Con. That's what it was. 2019's Dragon Con. I was about to commit crimes that day because I didn't realize he was there to do like signings and meet and greets, right? And I was in a giant tube because I was Dratini, like a what was it? How do you pronounce? It's just like I did a Dratini cosplay, right? And I wore this tube to make me look more snake-like. I was about to say, okay, I'm gonna take this tube off. I want to run for it. I'm gonna start speaking Spanish so they just think I'm just a random cosplayer who got lost. I was planning this shit out with my friends. I was legit planning this shit out with my friends so I can sneak into the room.
This is how Ricey's gonna become famous, is by committing crimes.
I was seriously planning. I was like, okay, you guys back me up, right? You're not gonna like puss out or anything like that. And they're like, Ricey, no, don't do this. This is bad. I'm like, listen, I will never have an opportunity like this. Yeah. And I'm like, Ricey, yes. Yeah. I was about to be like, I'll be kicked out forever, you know, from Dragon Con. But is it worth it to meet him? Hell yeah. When will I ever have an opportunity like this? I won't. So I was legit planning this in my head. I took the tube part of my cosplay off so I could move around. I was like, okay, we're doing this. And all of my friends are like, Ricey, you can't do this. Don't do this. Think things through. Don't fucking do this. And I was like glued to the window, just catching glimpses of him. And I probably looked crazy. I probably looked like a crazy person. But I love him that much. He's amazing.
I'm sure you did.
You know how I'd look. I got them crazy eyes. I love him. So when I saw him in Good Omens, the first one, the chemistry between Crowley and Aziraphale is so good.
They did such a good job.
It's so good. And they're gay, but they're hinting of it as really good bromances, you know, like a really good bromance since the dawn of time or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. No, they're fucking gay. You could tell. Like nothing against platonic relationships, because I'm all for like two males being in a platonic relationship without having I guess the sexual gay undertones or whatever. Kind of like what is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you know? They have a good bromance relationship.
Oh, girl, nah, that's not a bromance. They hate each other. They've gotten on better terms, but man, they still hate each other.
Or can I say Captain America before the Falcon and
Captain and Bucky? Yes, Bucky, I will give you that.
They have a very so I understand the platonic relationships between, you know, two male friends. However, this was not. Good Omens is definitely not. It's just two. They're just so good for each other. I ship them so hard. Oh god, their chemistry is so good. And they're real life friends, you know? Like the actors themselves are really like great friends. So the chemistry that they put into these characters is just so fucking delicious. And yes, I am very excited for Good Omens 2. I am so excited. Because first of all, I love David Tennant. I will watch anything he's in. Even he has like he was in a really bad rom-com. I watched it. I sat through that shit because I love him that much. But to see him in Good Omens, again, with his fancy style and his sunglasses, Oh, I'm excited.
I will give you that. Like, Crowley is aesthetic.
He
Like,
is.
I want,
Oh
like,
my gosh. And like, Aziraphale is a himbo, and you just love him. But Crowley's
he's
aesthetic
a
is
Ulu
just,
South Boy himbo at that.
yeah, he's the best. Best himbo. But Crowley is chaos, and I love him.
He is.
Crowley is chaos with red hair. Yes, Monty. That's a good way to put it. Because, actually, do you want to describe that? Because you and Monty have the same, like, similar views.
Yes, I will be more than happy. I will start by saying that I was very against season 2 of, or not season 2, but Good Omens 2. That there being anything added to the Good Omens universe post the Armageddon or Armageddon. Because that's what they refer to it as in the books.
Okay.
The Armageddon that did not.
Yeah.
Because it ended, it wrapped itself up. It tied everything up very nicely, very neatly, and kind of cut anything that would have alluded to anything past what they already had. Anthema got a letter from her ancestor. I don't remember the oracle's name. I don't remember her name. And Anthema burned it. She's like, we're not going through this again, and burned it. So that to me kind of just cut everything off. We had the ever so sweet, completely just bros, dinner at the Ritz between, Aziraphale and Crowley. Like, everything just wrapped up so well. Also, I had heard at one point, shortly after the initial season finished, that apparently again, this is allegedly, Terry Pratchett didn't want a sequel for Good Omen. Apparently, that is not true. I sent you a link to this. Neil Gaiman is extremely active on Tumblr. People send him asks all the time on Tumblr, and he responds to them. And so when Good Omens 2 dropped, Agnes Nutter, thank you, Monty, because I was struggling with remembering her name. I wasn't even getting close. So when he announced on Tumblr, obviously, about Good Omens 2, obviously so many people were sending him asks, and he was getting to them as quickly and as thoroughly as he could. He did send a response to someone asking how he felt about this. We had the we had the book for the first season, like, what's happening with the second season? Apparently, him and Terry Pratchett were working on a sequel.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get to it any sooner because they are both extremely busy writers, and by the time they got to it, back around to working together, and apparently, I think it was like 2007 that Terry Pratchett was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. But they had already started working on it, and there was at least an outline for the second book.
Yeah.
With that information now, I'm like, at least there is at least an outline for the show. I'm very hesitant because Neil Gaiman is funny. He has his dry sense of humor.
Yes.
Kind of going on. I enjoy him, even though dry humor isn't really my thing.
I love dry humor.
His worlds are so amazing and so wonderful. My concern is it's not gonna have the same tone. It's not gonna have Terry Pratchett's humor in it.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I didn't grow up with Terry Pratchett. I grew up with Neil Gaiman. I know people who grew up with Terry Pratchett, not Neil Gaiman. But you know exactly when you get to a point in the book, it's like, oh, this is definitely one author compared to another. It's like obviously they co-wrote, but you could tell who came up with that idea. I just worry that it's not going to be the same.
Well,
Obviously we've talked about it in other other podcasts that
yeah,
the sequels aren't always as good as the first.
always. Well, I would say Shrek 2, but okay. No, I'm just kidding. The first Shrek is always the best.
Always the best, but
But
Shrek
yes,
2 is one of the strongest sequels we have ever seen.
that's true.
Um,
I don't know. I remember that conversation.
Right. So it's like I'm hesitant because we're not gonna have we don't have a full story set up. I trust Neil Gaiman. He's a very talented person. I'm not sure what they're wanting to do with it. That's why I'm super hesitant about it. I am gonna end up watching it. I don't know. I feel like if you finish a story, there's really no reason to add on to it. Like, we can go explore the world, we can go see other parts, we can follow other angels or other demons during other parts of time and history from other perspectives, because we kind of just followed exclusively Christianity and Judaism through Good Omens. It would be interesting to see other locations if they had, I don't know. That's just me.
Well,
I feel
this
like
is
I'm
also
rambling.
what I think because of the other gentleman, not Neil Gaiman, but I blanked on his name. Help me out here.
Terry Pratchett.
Thank you, Terry Pratchett.
Yes.
And that they had this idea. I'm hoping that Neil Gaiman will be able to put a light touch, because that's probably the last thing that they've created together. And they will hand it more delicately. You know what I mean? Like a memory or something. So I think that he would handle this a little bit more delicately than in the first Good Omens. And I think because of that, it might turn out better than you expected. Because Neil Gaiman even admits that this wasn't just his project. So I do think that this memory that they've held for so long finally has an outlet, which is TV, where people absolutely are very excited and is willing to welcome it with open arms, and Neil Gaiman understands that. I think that he's going to be a little bit more picky on how it's going to turn out. Will it be as better as the first? Probably not. I'm not going to hold that expectation that it's not going to be as good as the first or even better than the first. It's not. It's just not.
Yeah.
But I also, just kind of like what Shrek is, or Shrek 2 was, it's still a very strong sequel, and I'm here for that. So that's why I'm excited, because especially since you showed me the Tumblr post and whatever.
Yeah.
Of Neil Gaiman explaining, it does show how much he's very excited, but that to kind of quell those anxieties that yes, they do have an outline. He could probably do this by memory of what they were talking about, and it's gonna end up amazing. I'm just very excited.
What has me concerned are a couple of things. That the sequel, because this is a sequel, this isn't real, in a sense, isn't really a second season, if that makes sense. That it may rely too heavily on the first, if that makes sense.
It could. It does make sense.
That's one of the things that has me very hesitant for it. And another thing is that it won't stand on its own, that they're setting it up for a trilogy.
Oh,
which will
see.
make the sequel extremely weak, because we've talked about it in the other podcast, that sequels oftentimes are the weakest in trilogies because they're not standalone. They're there to set up the third.
I don't know if they'll be able to set up a third. I don't think Neil Gaiman is I don't want to say greedy, but milking this for all it's worth. I think
Neil Gaiman might not, but this is Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. But also at the same time, because this is his creation, fans are backing him up. They ain't backing up Amazon. And I think Neil Gaiman understands that this was a story that he wanted to tell with a friend of his. And to derive anything from that, I think Neil Gaiman would probably be like, "Fuck you, Amazon." In all honesty, maybe I'm holding hope. Maybe I'm just very optimistic. But I'm very excited. Like, I'm super stoked. But I also understand, like, you and Monty's like caution about this, because yes, everything that you said has made a lot of sense, and I really do hope that it's a strong sequel and not end up being a trilogy. Also, hi Pokepope. I don't want it to be like a trilogy, because I don't think, even with I keep comparing it to Shrek, because Shrek was such a strong Shrek 2 was such a strong movie.
That's fine, because Shrek 2 is one of the strongest sequels that we grew up with.
I can't believe we're comparing Good Omens to Shrek, but
I can. I can.
Oh my gosh.
With your terrible, awful taste and stuff.
Oh no. Okay, sorry. So, I don't think Shrek was supposed to be a trilogy. They actually, it wasn't even supposed to have a sequel. They told the story, the first story, which was very satirical and like making fun of fairy tales and everything. That was very funny. I didn't think they were expecting a second film. However, because people loved the first one so much, they're like, you know what? We'll just make the second one just as good, with a different topic, still kind of holding that satirical, making fun of fairy tales, which was hilarious. I loved it. Was it as strong as the first? Of course not. But it was still very good. And then we all know what happened to Shrek 3. That was awful. Like, it went off the deep end immediately.
Don't talk about Shrek 3.
We don't talk about Shrek 3. Because by that point, you could tell they were milking this. Like, by that point, everyone knew they were milking this for money. Because it was just awful. It was awful. I don't think that Good Omens will fall into that, just because the story that even the first Good Omens had was so strong, and I'm pretty sure Good Omens 2 will have its own separate story that is also very strong. I don't think it would be I was gonna say a treacle, trilogy. Oh, what's wrong with me?
Go back to bed, Royce.
I know, it's still too early. A trilogy. But yes, I'm super excited for Good Omens. But I don't think we'll see it for a long while. That was just a teaser poster. I don't think it had a release date or anything. I don't believe. Did it?
I didn't see one.
Okay, hold on. Hold up. Yes, they say it's returned, but they didn't give a date. It was just announced 4 days ago. So we're all gonna sit here waiting patiently.
I mean,
for this.
There is hope for it. Because there is such a strong writer and the creator still heavily behind it.
Can I just say something? This is off topic, but I literally just Googled the Good Omens 2. And the second, search thing I found is a fan fiction of Crowley and Aziraphale kissing. Like, just one line. And I'm like, yes, thank you, Google. Thank you for reminding me I'm a fanfic piece of shit.
Absolute trash.
I'm absolute trash. I'm okay with that. I love reading, and this helps me to read, okay? This gives me stuff to read. Anyway.
Stuff I have suggestions for you to read, and you just ignore them.
I know. And then Google's like, you know what? You can't ignore this. It's in your history now.
Gay shit.
Yeah, gay shit. I'm very excited. I'm so excited. I think it's honestly the chemistry. Again, and I love David Tennant, but I think Loki and Mobius is my ship of the year. And I hope they don't break my heart. I hope Disney doesn't break my heart. I really hope Disney doesn't break my heart. I just love their chemistry. I just love it. Damn.
I cannot wait for you catch up.
Oh, I intend to.
Heads up. Heads up. There is kind of like a post-credit scene for episode 4.
And that's the only one that has a post-credit scene, right?
So far.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought. Damn it.
You had a train of thought?
I did have a train of thought, but I completely forgot. Anyway. Those are all the topics I really wanted to talk about. Me fangirling over Loki and Mobius, and Good Omens too. So I know this is a very short podcast, but if there's anything
you wanted
to
talk about Vivzy Pop for whatever reason.
That's right.
I don't remember why.
I don't remember how I tied that in, so we don't have to talk about that until I remember why I tied that in.
I was about to say, we can go back to our first ever episode that we did not create a VOD for because we still didn't know what we were doing.
That's true.
I can give opinions about her.
When did we start?
Actually, hang on. I got it written down in a note.
Good, because I forgot. It's coming up to our 1 year, isn't it?
Yeah, give me a second. Hang on.
We've been doing this for a year? Almost a year. Hot damn.
Hang on.
I'm hanging on. Just chilling with the vibes over here.
Sorry guys for the delay.
No, you're good.
See here. Channel. I know what I'm doing, I promise. See here. Monty clip. That's what are you doing, Monty?
Wait.
What's going on?
No. Oh no. That's dangerous.
Monty clip.
The clip feature is dangerous.
What's this one? Tamed. When did we do that? I got see anything. Disney. Okay, Disney was October. Then we did Harry Potter. We did it sometime in August, but apparently I did not write it down. Wait, I may have actually put it in my phone. I don't know. I
misclicked earlier. Oh no.
Hang on. Like, I got like 6 different calendars happening right now. Oh, it may be in my other calendar. Hang on, what is this? 2020.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out if there's any other thing that I missed this week, because I feel like there was one other thing I missed this week, news-wise. Because in the last part of the LGBT month, they just decided to drop that whole Loki smooth line. Damn, it was so good. There was one other thing. What was it? Shit, I can't remember. And there was Good Omens, but there was one more and I can't remember what happened. Anyway, can I just say while you're looking that up, right?
Yeah.
I find it absolutely funny that the, was it Pride Month is over, like those memes, and then now it's Wrath Month. And I was like, here, all the LGBT just get angry.
I did save it. It's in my Google Calendar. August 8th was our first podcast.
Oh my gosh! That's so soon. That's almost a month away.
Soon. I thought we were later.
Shit. We gotta do stuff. Oh man, we gotta plan this out. We're way behind.
What? Us organized? Impossible.
No way. Oh wow! I can't believe you've done this for a year. Damn. Just damn.
I can.
I didn't feel like a year. It's been honestly just amazing.
Oh my god, it's been awful.
Well, there's 2 of us then, I guess. But I guess that's everything we'll talk about today. Yeah?
E.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. for this short stream. I just had to fangirl. I just needed you guys to see the fangirl.
I need people
side.
to understand that Loki is Pan.
Yeah, you needed to understand that Loki is Pan. I need people to understand that Loki and Mobius belong together. Okay, that's the truth.
Sure, you can. I don't
Dead ass.
give two fucks. I don't give two fucks.
He doesn't
Ship
have that
Loki
kind of
with whoever.
chemistry.
Loki is Pan. Loki.
Yes, Loki is Pan.
MCU. MCU Loki. This is what I'm saying.
Loki is
MCU Loki. Fucking Pan.
MCU Loki deserves to be with Mobius and nobody else. That's what I said. I said what I said. Anyway.
So you're saying that Loki can't be Polly?
No, he has no chemistry with anyone else like that, like he has with Mobius. That's his main bitch. Straight up.
His main bitch? You're saying Mobius is a bitch? Hell no. Loki's
He's
the
daddy
bitch.
then. Okay, Loki. Okay, Mobius is daddy. Straight up.
Mobius is not a daddy.
Yes,
he's
he
absolutely
is.
not a daddy. He does
He's
not
got
have
the dad
daddy
bod,
energy.
and he has the beard,
Doesn't?
the mustache.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He does have the
Ooh.
mustache. He has the mustache. I will
We're
give
gonna
you
argue
that.
about this later. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll be so excited to see you next weekend with a new topic. Stay safe out there, and yeah, we'll see you guys later. So bye. Bye.